Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're here with a Master Farmer Thieving Guide for old school Runescape in my endless adventure to make as many guides as possible, so hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, make sure to leave a like. On top of that, got plenty of links so you can check me out at other places and support me down below. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the guide. So to start, is it worth it to thieve from the Master Farmer? In my opinion, it's a yes. As far as the thieving XP per hour, it can be up to 130k at the best rates. Of course, at the lower end, it can be, close to 40, 50k, which isn't too great, but it is also a good money maker in the sense that you can make a 1.1 mil per hour at the high end. Again, scales down depending on level, but also for Iron Man, this is basically an essential. You're gonna have to get all your seeds here, and honestly, it's not that bad of a time. As far as the requirements, you'll need 38 thieving in the first place to even be able to thieve from Master Farmer. A lot of people recommend higher though, because then you're going to fail a lot less and thus make more money and also get higher thieving. So if you can bear doing something like blackjacking or Artie Knight up until a little bit higher of a level, I'd recommend it. The rogue outfit's also something I'd highly recommend because you get double the loot, and here that's just going to be direly important. And also 71 farming is really useful because now the seeds that you get from Master Farmers scale based on your farming level. In addition to the requirements, other items that are going to be useful, the Gloves of Silence is a decent one. However, if you have the Rogue outfit, you're not going to be able to wear this. So if you're going there without the Rogue outfit, Gloves of Silence are great because it reduces the failure. Dodgy Necklace also does the same sort of thing, 25% chance to negate a failed attempt. Each necklace has 10 charges, so you'll bring a few on each inventory. And the Ardouge diaries are also really good, maxing out at a 10% increased chance for pickpocketing. Whenever you get done with the medium diary, that 10% increase is only in the Ardouge area. But once you get the hard diaries done, then that is all across Gillinor, so you can thieve the Master Farmer wherever you'd like. There's a lot of locations, but we'll talk more about that as we get into it. As far as drops, what you can expect here, the Ranars are 1 in 300 and Snapdragons are 1 in 2.1k. Those are kind of the high price seeds that you could be getting. There's also Torstals that I didn't picture, but they're 1 in 10k, so very rare. And then a couple cheaper ones, the Toadflax are 1 in 450 and Snapegrass are 1 in 260. Keep in mind, again, you'll get double the seeds if you have the full Rogues outfit, so that's why it's so important. And for the locations that I prefer to thieve from the Master Farmer, we have Ardouge, Kourend, and the Farming Guild, and we'll go ahead and talk about each one of those right now. Before we get to the locations you can trap them at, as far as my inventory, I have some extra dodgy necklaces for whenever I run out of charges. In addition to that, some Ceradomin brews for some nice stackable heals. And for the armor, really nothing all that surprising. A full rogue set, in addition to that, a ring of life because I'm a hardcore, subtle flex. Also a dodgy necklace, and I have a hit points cape to be able to heal up quicker. Really not too much you need, so let's go ahead and get up to the first location. Somehow, just by running on up here, I already have my alt account here, and the Master Farmer actually just did exactly what I want him to do. Basically, he will roam around this entire area, and this is the spot you want to get him in. Ideally, he can go into this house, and then you'll have him in this corner. The Master Farmer despawns after 5 minutes of being stuck in the same spot, so I usually put a timer on my computer for every 4.5 minutes, and then what you do is on your account you just step back 1 square, the Master Farmer will actually move, and then eventually he'll just go back to the square that he was in before, and then you can basically reset his timer. If you forget to step back, then he'll respawn back in his normal spot over here and just start running again. So this is ideally where you get him stuck, and then all you have to do is back up 1 step every now and then. It can be a bit annoying since you have to bank here and there, so that's why I highly recommend 2 accounts. If you have another account, by all means bring it here and utilize it because it's going to be so helpful. Keeps him locked in a lot of different spots. The only other spot in this area where you can actually trap him will be right here. If you only have 1 account, he can actually go up here, and basically his wander distance doesn't allow him to go any more north or any more to the east, so he is stuck in this 1 spot. However, once you move back a step, then he can go wherever. If you have 2 accounts, you could put an account right there and an account right here, and then he actually can't go back anymore. So having 2 accounts, so useful. If you have 2 accounts, you can pin him in right here really well too, because he can't wander anymore to the north over there. You can also pin him in up here too. So a lot of good spots. Now, as you saw, 1 guy was just running on by. If anyone ever runs over the spot that you're standing in while you have him pinned in, it's basically going to forget that you were even there, and then he can run away. So an example here that's going to be very sad to see, but if I walk on this character and then walk away, Master Farmer, well, he backed up there, but he could have easily have just walked straight forward, and he'll do so now. Didn't leave the area, but you get the idea. So this is a great spot, great early med game spot to go ahead and farm from the Master Farmer. And in the bottom of the inventory, all I have is teleports to different places. So ideally you'd have nothing down here and you'd have a ton of inventory space. You can also bring a seed box that can be attained through Tithe Farm if you have that, basically allowing you to have a little extra inventory space. So the next location I like a lot is in Kourend. I'm going to use the Xeric's Glade teleport through the Xeric's Talisman. There's plenty of ways to get here though. Another useful one would be the house teleport that you can use right down here if you have your house located in Kourend, or a redirection scroll. Also memoirs can be used from over there. Tons of different ways to get here. If you've managed to make it this far in the game, you probably know how to get to Kourend, so find your way there one way or another. We're in the Hasidius district, and just make your way to the north. There will be this nice little two-doored establishment up here, and as you can see, the Master Farmer is already inside. Most of the time that will be the case. Sometimes he can be wandering, but if he's in here, that is just great to see, especially he's standing in a beautiful spot right now. Sadly, I wasn't able to get in there in time, but this is kind of where you want to get him. In this location, there is two spots that are very easy to trap him in. The first one is right down there. You kind of get him stuck in this room, and then eventually he's gonna make his way on down there. If you just stand right here, he really has no option. So there we go. As you can see, he went to the south, and now we just go ahead and stand here for 5 minutes and just pickpocket away. The other location in this room where he can get stuck is right there in that corner as well, and considering this is such a small room, it's very easy to trap him. So personally, I like this one the most just because it's so easy to trap him in there. I also play with a second account as well, and if you have a second account, there are just an ample amount of spots in this room that you can trap him in. Basically, like every wall is just a trap spot for him, so it's beautiful. Down here, if you ever need to rebank, there's a bank over there to the south, so nice and easy to be able to restock and get rid of some seeds. If you're a main account, then just go ahead and keep the high-priced herb seeds that you get along with whatever allotment seeds you feel are worth it. It's basically up to you at that point. If you're an Iron Man, obviously it's just whatever you need. What I typically do is I will keep an inventory where I have these hammerstone seeds in here, and I'll also keep the barley seeds that I get. In addition to that, I'll keep these limpworts too. So those are like the 3 useless seeds for a main account that I would actually keep, just because of the barley seed, the hammerstone seeds, both act as really good seeds for my birdhouse runs. In addition to that, the limpworts I'm gonna need for potions at some point. There's also seaweed spores that you can get here, but I mean, honestly, on an Iron Man, there's just an ample amount of seeds that you can attain here, so it's going to be so useful and so necessary for your account. But that's all you really need to know for this location. Honestly, my favorite, just because it's so easy to trap them in either of these spots in here. You're close to a bank as well, and so personally, I enjoy it quite a lot. Now, the final location is one that I don't utilize too much. However, I do see people here from time to time having a grand old time, and that is the Farming Guild. There's 2 different locations that you can go ahead and trap him in here. The first one's on the south side. In here, there will be a Master Farmer, and you can trap him every now and then, like you can see right here, kind of on the south side. That was some beautiful timing right there. However, for some reason, he just walked right through me. I have no clue as to why. This location isn't bad, however, not something that I prefer necessarily. He just has too big of a wander distance in here and too many different spots that you can kind of leak out of what you would think is a trapped location. But if you have 85 farming and 60% Hasidius favor, you can go to the north side where there is another Master Farmer location. And as you can see right here, Bender Beam has him locked in right over here. I'm not going to go in and start pickpocketing him because then I'm going to mess up the location. But as you can see, basically the Master Farmer has a few tile wander distance in here, and you can just step back a step and let him do his magic. This is a great example of where you can keep the northern Master Farmer as well. And overall, throughout this video, you should have plenty of options and you can pick what is best for you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. On top of that, anything you'd like to tell me or others, would love to hear it down below in a comment. And if you want to see more videos like this as soon as I go live, make sure to subscribe. Also, you have plenty of links you can check out down below, a Discord, a fun Runescape community as well. And with that said, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.